All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be going out to a couple little ponds right around the corner from here. I've never been to these ponds before. I've been passing them for the last 2 months. I wonder if there's fish in there. Not 100% sure. I mean, I'm sure there's fish in there. There's fish in just about every waterway here in Arizona, but I don't know what species are in there. So we're going to go, we're going to keep it super simple, and we're just going to toss around some stick baits. We're going to toss around some trick worms, and we're going to go out, have a good time, see what we can catch. Should be fun. Stay tuned, enjoy, and let's go crank them. All right. A little wacky rig fishing in the evening. Cannot complain about this. Got a little breeze on this pond. Never been here before. Let's see if there's any little largies hanging out. I mean, this waterfall looks absolutely phenomenal if you ask me. I don't see why there wouldn't be a few fish sitting right at the base of it. It looks way too juicy to not hold a couple fish. And I'm sure there's bass in here. There's bass in pretty much every single pond in the Phoenix metropolitan area. You just gotta really work for some of them in some of the ponds. Some of the ponds are stubborn, and others, man, you'll just catch fish left and right in them. You just gotta find the right ones. You gotta find those little honey holes. I got this on the medium light Akuma Saros rod. Got it on that Akuma Samar 2500 A series reel with a 10-pound braid to, oh wait, oh, that felt like we got bit. That felt like a little nibble right there, man. I'm gonna be walking the opposite way that I believe that most other people are not gonna be walking. I have a feeling that most people, when they fish this area, they probably fish the side with all the waterfalls, which makes sense. You know, those waterfalls are gonna create a lot more oxygen. It's gonna cool that water off a little bit, but purely because I think so many people fish around those areas, I'm thinking maybe if we walk the other way, we'll find a stack of fish that might be willing to actually hit our bait. You just gotta watch that line. A lot of times with that wacky rig, your bait is just dropping, and you'll see it just swimming off, or you'll feel that little tick. A lot of different bites, and there's even times where your bait will be sinking, it'll get picked up, and the fish will swim toward you. And you don't really know that you have a fish on for probably a couple seconds. It's not a very big pond, so we should be able to cover it relatively quick. I know that we got a couple ponds just above this one, and maybe those ones are better, but I do know that this is the biggest pond. Just because it's the biggest pond doesn't mean that it has the best fishing. I mean, I've fished some little dinky tiny things before that absolutely slay, but I just figured, you know, the biggest pond, it seems to have the most water flow in it. Got to give it a shot first. Definitely looks like a few fish could be holding up in here. I can't believe there's no fish up in all these little current zones chasing bait fish. If nothing's willing to hit a stick bait, you're probably not going to catch any fish. All right, so we just walked over here. I have no idea if there's anything up in here either, but I'll tell you one thing. It looks so much better than that first pond. All right, there's some wooden pillars right up here. I'm going to give that a quick shot. If there's nothing there, well, then we'll probably head on out. There is some fish bones right here. It almost looked like a catfish, but can't really tell when the bones are all jacked up. First sign of life right there. That's good. Spook something off the bank. This is what we like to see. Does not look very deep whatsoever, but there is bait fish. And oh my gosh, we got picked up right away. Right up in the current. Right up in the current. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I wasn't even paying attention, so I couldn't even follow up with the hook set. Oh no. That may have been our one chance, y'all. Oh my goodness. That was the first hookup of the evening. We do not have much time left, so we're gonna make this happen quick. Dang. That would have been a good fish. That was a chunk. Loosen that drag up a little bit. We just got bit. He's taking it. Oh my gosh, he dropped it. He dropped it. We literally just got bit, y'all. Get that more out toward the edge. Let that thing sink. That fish didn't even bite it. That fish just grabbed it and took off with it. That was insane. Man, I wish I could have got a look at what that fish was, because it definitely could have been a catfish as well. I've got plenty of catfish on stick baits before, so kind of a bummer. Got him. Got him. We just stuck one. We just stuck one. Feels like a pretty good one too. The lightest tap ever, y'all. Guys, this is actually a pretty big fish. This is a pretty big fish for a pond. I have no idea what it is either. Yeah. Is that a tilapia? That's gotta be a tilapia. No way. A tilapia on a stick bait, y'all. So I wonder if there's a bunch of tilapia up in here and they're willing to hit those stick baits. That is insane. They use that current against you and just shred you. Man, that bite was just like a bass too, so I was thinking for sure we were gonna have a good little largie on. Man, check that out. Beautiful, beautiful tilapia. And I don't say that very much, because normally they're pretty disgusting fish, but I'll tell you one thing. This tilapia right here is super healthy and freaking fought like no other. Get in there, get big. Man, he's scrapped, y'all. Absolutely scrapped. Dude doinked. Absolutely doinked the stick bait. That is super sick. And the good thing is, guys, this pond isn't very trashed, because that tilapia did not smell whatsoever. Normally they kind of have an odor about them. That fish did not have an odor. And those tilapia are chasing bait fish because that tilapia actually had teeth. That's one misconception about them. A lot of people think that they're just purely algae eaters, which the majority of the time that is what they eat. But there's times where they'll go after bait fish and that is all you catch them on, are like little grubs. Got him. Oh my goodness. That felt like a bass. That felt like a little largie. Oh man, let's get that back out there. Dang it. So we had 2 other bites. We had the 1 tilapia. There's some fish up in here. That is good. Got one. Got one. Is that another tilapia? Oh my gosh, guys. Tilapia on the stick bait. I'm gonna count that fish. I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna count them. That's insane, guys. 4 tilapia cranked our stick bait. That's insane. And what's crazy about it is that they feel like bass when they're hitting. It's one little tick where you just see your line go tight and start swimming off into the deep. So like when I'm setting the hook, I'm like, ooh, cool, we finally got a largie. No. Oh my goodness. That's gotta be a bass right there. Nope, another tilapia. Unbelievable. They're hitting like little bass and bluegills. Check that out, guys. That is insane. Unbelievable on what is happening right now. That is crazy. I mean, it happens, but it happens by accident. It does not happen because the tilapia are flat out just eating bass baits. Again. Oh my goodness, guys. Unbelievable. Super sick fish. Unbelievable though right there. How? Like, legitimately, how? I've never had that happen. You know, I've caught them like 2-3 times in one day, stuff like that, but not back to back casts. Unbelievable. Just got taken. What is this? What is going on? Attack of the tilapia? I mean, these guys are acting like piranhas. It's just really odd. I bet with all these tilapia in here, there are some giant bass in here. There's probably not many bass in here, but the ones that there are, hold on. Once it went through the current, midway through, we just got smoked. We getting bit right now. Right there already. Unbelievable. This guy might come off. Insane, guys. Absolutely insane. Tilapia on bass lures as I almost just fall. Get in there, dude. Unbelievable. they're just like way up in there, just smoking everything that they see. This is legitimately kid fishing. You would come out, you'd find a pond, you'd get on fish, and honestly, it's just fun. It doesn't matter what the fish is. I could care less about what the species is in this case. The weirdest thing is that they actually, oh my gosh, like he just grabbed it and took off. He just grabbed it and took off. The weirdest thing about this, guys, is that these fish are actually wanting you to twitch it. If you're not twitching it, they're not hitting it. This fish does not want to give up. Check that out. Oh my gosh. They just don't want to stop. What an odd evening of fishing. I'll tell you what, throwing around a stick bait, throwing around a trick worm, and we're out here catching tilapia. There was nothing in those first like 3 ponds that we fished. And then we decided to walk over to this golf course pond. Didn't see no fishing sign. So I was like, all right, you know what? We'll give it a shot. We get kicked out, not a big deal. But, you know, I was super excited at first because I thought that first fish, I just picked it up and grabbed it and just ran with it. I was like, cool, we got a bass. And then after that, it was just like tilapia after tilapia after tilapia. It makes me think that just everything in this pond are tilapia. But cool thing is that, you know, this is a very like nostalgic style of fishing, you know, just reminding me of being like a little kid coming out to the ponds, golf courses, stuff like that, grabbing a rod, a reel, coming out, catching a few fish, didn't care what it was. So I know it's not the typical stuff that you see on the channel, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Super sick, kind of fun. So if you guys like this kind of fishing, now granted, I don't think I'm gonna be able to replicate that, but if you guys like seeing the fishing for different species, leave a like, leave a comment, and shoot, we'll do more of it here on the channel. So we'll see you guys next time.